No, like the front.
That's weird.
So you guys, today's video I'm going to be talking about Matt McClung. So we all know Matt McClung just finished off his junior year at Texas Tech, and he also entered his name in the 2021 NBA draft. So this video, I just want to talk about Matt McClung's progression with his game, and also just give you guys my opinion on if he's going to get drafted or not. Before I start this video, make sure you guys go follow me on Instagram at _theonlywallace, and also go subscribe to my second channel called 10K Wallace Vlogs. And also, I will be hitting 50K subscribers very soon. So make sure you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel. Now let's get to the video. So first thing first, let's talk about Matt McClung. Now we all know Matt just finished off his junior year at Texas Tech. Throughout 29 games and playing 30 minutes per game, he averaged 15 points, 2 assists, 2 rebounds, shooting 41 field goal percentage and shooting 34% from the 3-point line. Matt was also named the Big 12 Newcomer of the Year, and he also led his team to the second round in the NCAA tournament. They lost against Arkansas. And Texas Tech also finished with an 18-12 record. So as you can see, Matt McClung was doing his thing throughout his junior year, and that's why he decided to enter his name in the 2021 NBA draft, because he really felt comfortable with himself this time. We all know last year he did enter his name in the NBA draft, but he decided to pull his name out of the NBA draft just because he didn't really get good feedback from NBA teams, and he also was in the mindset of transferring to Texas Tech, as you can see. But here's the thing, let's talk about Matt McClung's first experience entering the NBA draft. Now, if you guys do not know, basically Matt McClung, he had 11 interviews last year when he entered the NBA draft. So he already spoke to a few NBA teams and different, executives and stuff. And the reason why he decided to remove his name out of the NBA draft, because he just wasn't really getting the feedback that he wanted, and a lot of NBA teams was telling him that he needed to work on certain things with his game. And that's why he decided to just go to Texas Tech, because he just wanted more eyes on him. He knew he had to work on his game, and he really just had something to prove, because honestly, I feel like Matt McClung wanted to stay in the NBA draft last year, but he didn't want to stay in the draft and don't get drafted, because that would have looked bad on his resume. You know what I mean? Once he entered the draft, it's not like he can go back to college. So he just was being really cautious with his decision, and that's why he felt like just staying in college for one more year, getting himself better, get bigger, and hopefully just get a better shot this year. And as you can see, now he's doing it all over again. And honestly, in my opinion, Matt McClung transferring to Texas Tech was really a good decision, because like I said in my previous video, he played his first 2 years in Georgetown, right? But here's the thing, he didn't really get a lot of recognition playing at Georgetown, as in people wasn't really taking him serious. When you think about it, in 2019 last year, he averaged 15 points just like this year at Texas Tech. But here's the thing, he got more recognition playing at Texas Tech than Georgetown, because Texas Tech is a bigger school. They played in the March Madness. Even though they lost against Arkansas, they had a good year. They finished with an 18-12 record. So it's just like Matt McClung, he just had to go to a different school and show these NBA scouts that he can ball out on a bigger level. And that's all I was telling y'all. I know a lot of people came at me in my previous video I made on him, because I said that Georgetown was like a smaller school. The only reason why I said that is because Georgetown was not on a lot of NBA scouts' radar, as in just the school, because they're not really that good, if that makes sense. But I'm not sitting here and saying, they're not looking at Georgetown and stuff. I was just saying that it was better for Matt McClung to leave Georgetown, because he's not getting no recognition playing at that school. And I'm just talking about Matt McClung. Of course, there's other players that goes to Georgetown and get drafted, you know what I mean, such as Otto Porter and a lot of different NBA players that's in the league right now that attended Georgetown. But all I'm saying, for Matt McClung's situation, he had to go to a different school. When he came out of high school, he was only a 3-star player, and he didn't have that many options, such as he didn't have that many offers. I believe he only had like offers from schools such as Rutgers, Georgetown, and like another Division I school, but it wasn't that big. So basically, when he was coming out of high school, he was really limited with his decision, and throughout his options he had, Georgetown was the best option, and that's why he committed to Georgetown, because they was the best school that offered him at the time. But now, as you can see, once he finished off his first 2 years at Georgetown, then other schools are now seeing how good Matt McClung actually is, and that's why Texas Tech ended up sending him an offer and all that, and he was able to transfer to that school. a lot of these colleges, they really wasn't even paying attention to Matt McClung when he was in high school and stuff like that. He literally had to prove himself in college playing at Georgetown that he can play at different Division I schools. And we all know once he decides to enter his name in the transfer portal once again this year, of course we see schools such as Florida, Kentucky, LSU, you know, different bigger Division I schools that actually want Matt McClung because he proved to everybody that he's like that in college. But here's the thing, Matt McClung mindset is not in college no more. Even though he got one more year of eligibility, his mindset always been the NBA, and that's why he entered his name in the draft last year, but he was just too scared. This year, I really feel like Matt McClung just need to bet on himself. He had an outstanding season at Texas Tech. He was really a big part of the team because when you think about it, Matt McClung was always there. He always could score when the team needed a bucket. He made a lot of clutch shots. Matt McClung is good on offense and defense. He can play off the ball and on the ball. He's really fast. He's athletic, of course. He has really good defense. I think people are asleep on Matt McClung's defense because he's really aggressive. He's smart. I guarantee you guys, his defensive awareness is so good. There's only a certain amount of dribbles you can do in front of him before he figure out your entire pattern and just, you know, rip the ball out your hand. And I realized that when he attended Georgetown. I remember they had a game against Syracuse. He was playing really good defense that game. And after that, that's when I really started to just pay more attention to Matt McClung on defense. And now this year when he attended Texas Tech, he was playing the exact same way on defense. He was getting steals, off the ball, on the ball. He was doing a lot of things. But going back to his offensive game, Matt McClung, man, he's ready for the NBA. In my opinion, he definitely should get drafted because he showed that he could score on all types of levels. He showed that he know how to handle the pressure. He wants the ball in clutch time. Matt McClung is really a good team leader. He came to Texas Tech bringing his energy. And he just showed everybody that he's that top dog. And of course the coach Chris Beard, even though he's not coaching there right now no more, but he knew that Matt McClung was that guy, such as the person that they needed so they can make it far into the tournament. And as you can see, they did good in the tournament, mainly because of Matt McClung bringing his energy, averaging 30 minutes per game and just doing what he always do. So now that he wants to enter the NBA draft, I really feel like he just got to go all in, bet on himself, and just be prepared, man. Like, for real, there's no going back. I really feel like he should not go back to college even though he got one more year, because at this point you already proved yourself, man. You was supposed to stay in the NBA draft last year, but he decided to go back to college. So this time he averaged the same amount of points and he was just doing better while playing on a better division level. So Matt McClung, man, all you gotta do is just do your thing in the pre-draft workouts, keep getting bigger, stay in the gym, stay locked in, and just get ready because that phone will be ringing. And if you guys do not know, last year when he entered the NBA draft, he canceled 5 interviews with NBA teams because he was trying to figure out his transfer situation going to Texas Tech. And before that, he did have 11 interviews, but like I said, he didn't get the feedback he wanted because a lot of the NBA executives, they said that he needed to work on certain things with his game. But he still had 5 more other interviews he could have talked to, you know what I mean? But he already had his mindset locked in on going to Texas Tech. So this time, Matt McClung need to talk to all the teams, and whatever feedback he get, he just got to continue to work on that certain type of area they said that he need to work on. But now he's already entered the NBA draft, so he just really need to bet on himself. Like I said, I really feel like Matt McClung could go late first or maybe second round. When you look, he's not on nobody's draft board, so he might end up being a second rounder, hopefully. But I really feel like Matt McClung should get drafted because he proved himself in college, for real, you guys. But we just got to see. I want you guys to leave your comments and opinions below on how y'all feel about this and what team would y'all like Matt McClung to play for. I thank you guys for watching. If you make sure you like and subscribe, make sure you press the notification button. T Gang, we out.
Hit that core, bro.